I'm sitting in my bedroom with the lights
Check.
trying to lay low, and you come to check up on me to make sure I'm okay.
Nope, that's not right.
No, it's so sweet of you, the kind things you say.
Check.
Whoa,
Check.
beautiful to me, all the colors of the
Check.
rainbow. And regardless of it being dark in here,
Check.
I can see just fine through migraine halo. My migraine halo. Migraine halo. The sparkly blue dots to see in the world anew. You're beautiful through migraine halo. My nightmare paralysis demon won't come near. You bring me more medicine and water that's clear. This the quietest and coolest place in the house. The cats are quiet as a mouse. My migraine halo. Migraine halo. There's sparkly blue dots to see in a world that's true. You're beautiful through migraine halo. The cat purring quietly next to me. The fan blowing a cooling breeze.
Hey.
My phone on airplane mode.
Hey, LM, how's it going? Hi, how's it going? Can you hear me? Okay. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Yesterday's stream went semi-okay. I'm still trying to get my audio just right. I mean, for my vocals. Check. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, cool. I'm not too quiet. I'm okay. I'm tired. It was a long, hard week. Oh, Ringo's coming over here because I'm talking. Super kitty. Tired. Maybe sing a few bars. What song do you want me to sing, Barrio? Oh, yeah, that's right. We have a new 3D printer area. You know, I only sing when I'm in a good mood, which I am not. I'm freaking exhausted. One notch up. Okay, let's try it. I already talk like wow. I already talk really quiet to begin with. I don't want to like blow it out so much that it just like. Yeah, also, honestly, the most important thing is if you can hear Ringo, okay? Let's do like a half. Let's do like a half a decibel. Here we go. Wub. Ow! Oh, he's just gonna start running his claw down my arm now. Pirio, hope you're doing well. I don't know if you guys saw my civil unrest. Like, what if you only had 3 days for the civil unrest? But like, I actually almost think that turned out better than my grid down. I can't what's the word I'm looking for? I can't emphasize enough how close I think we are to grid down. With the civil unrest, he's gonna come try to knock my tea over. Meow. I think with the civil unrest, like maybe we dodged a bullet with them, you know, supposedly catching Charlie Kirk's assassin. But you got it on a watch list tonight? Thank you. I know I swear a little bit. Like, I think the problem is I just got super tired of self-censoring. I got super tired of self-censoring. It's so frustrating to me. I already have to self-censor like so much at work. Oh yeah, the grade being used to force 100%. I think back when I read 299 Days way back when, which was kind of part of how I got started on a lot of this, I think 299 Days has a whole thing where they just shut the grid down to try to bring the conservative, bring the not conservatives, just the rural areas to their knees, and it's like, yeah, it's just not going to work. I think that between solar and batteries, I think enough people could. I think a lot of people could run off grid now and just don't want to. I don't like it. Wouldn't take me very much. Just a couple hours worth of work that I just don't feel like doing right now, to go get most of the stuff in the house off grid. The problem is the pump, the well pump. And the well pump, the filter, and the pressure tank. If my neighbor ever wants to collaborate on that, there's battery and solar solutions, and he has some great roof real estate. We could easily take the that off grid with just a couple $1,000s in equipment. Hey CDK, how's it going? Hopefully my audio is better today. CDK, let me know. LM says in January I paid. Oh yeah, I remember you told me about that. Portland power prices have tripled in just the last year or two, and the outlying areas of Portland, the suburbs of area which are public PUDs instead of private PUDs, the power has doubled. And despite them adding all this solar and wind, which is a scam. Solar's not a scam, but they're just going to take the power and use it for other things. All those radios from China. I know. That's not just our inverters, but everything in the European grid too. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah. Yippers. So I did some research. Probably have to turn this down more. Well, it would take more than one button, but it wouldn't take very many buttons. The only way they could shut the entire grid down with one button is if they have some kill switch like way upstream. And you kind of have to hope that the further upstream, like the more securities that they have. But Orange Man just put the kibosh on the Columbia River thing, and that should actually make our grid a little bit stronger, at least for a little while, because they wanted to breach 4 dams, and that would just kill our power supply. Our energy generation. So, anyhow, yeah. I was doing, but I mean, we can talk about that more. Like, I don't care. I have this going on in the background, so I can feel like I'm making some kind of progress. I did some research on 3D filament recycling is actually kind of crazy. The short version of this is you need a hopper that can basically take the tiny chopped up bits and re-melt them into an extremely concise filament diameter. At the moment it's cost prohibitive, but who knows, your bunker might already have that. Having to sell the mathematicians moving back to China. I haven't heard that, but China's probably paying a lot better than the US. I know it seems like there's been a lot of Chinese spies lately and a lot of info going back to China, and then a lot of bugs and bioweapons coming this direction. So I mean, anyone who thinks we aren't in a soft war with China right now is retarded. I get kind of tired. Like, China definitely has weaknesses. They're not an unbeatable juggernaut, and they definitely have a lot of infighting. But they're also by no means, you know, should they be underestimated? Is that the right word? Trying to figure out like what kind of music I should play in the background. I don't know how my vocals. Oh, I could play that. Although, yeah, the copyright might get me. We must keep the Chinese restaurants. Hey, Scoobs, how's it going? I'm gonna try to play this and hope that the copyright monster doesn't get me. I didn't tell you guys this. I was working on remastering one of my songs, and I got a copyright strike on, or a copyright notice on my own song. I was kind of pissed about that. Also, Scoobs, I think your channel is hidden when you're live because it's got like a mature tag or something. Hey, Cucumber Farmer, how's it going? Did I miss anything? The Chinese restaurants. The Chinese restaurants aren't even ran by the Chinese. I don't understand that. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll turn this down a little bit. I'm going to get really pissed if I get hit with a copyright strike. Okay. 3D printers are great. Oh, yeah. So it turns out that recycling filament is really hard. You need a hopper that can basically take the giant chopped up bits, remelt them, extremely concise filament diameter. At the moment, it's cost prohibitive, but an bunker might already have the right equipment. The TAL, the short, the main important thing above all else is to keep your filament types in filament types of waste in different bins so that you don't mix and match them, so you don't mix them in together, which would ruin them. Moonsprout, how's it going? I wrote a book, a newbie prepper book. If anyone wants to get my newbie prepper book, it's this. I'm working on a new version, but the new version's still got a little ways to go. But this is what I'm working on, my newbie prepper book. If you've already bought a copy, if you could leave a review, that would really help me out. I still only have 4 reviews. I need to get like 25 reviews before I can really get any kind of momentum going there. Okay, so I want to cite. I think I bookmarked this guy's video. Rural. Oh, by the way, hopefully you guys can still hear me. Hopefully the music's not drowning me out. I am in well, I think I was already talking to you about this. I'm actually surprised at like how many newbies there are. Like, and that's not to be like a narcissistic asshole. It's actually, what's the word? It's encouraging to me that there are so many newbies. Ah, shit, I didn't bookmark it. Here we go. Recycle film on 3D printer. There we go. CNC Kitchen. That is the guy. Imagine not having ads ever again. Cucumber Farmer. I'm gonna keep calling him Cucumber Farmer. Oh shoot, I did miss something. Gosh darn it. How are you supposed to afford electricity? I don't think you are. I don't think you're supposed to be able to afford electricity or food or water or anything. I think the whole goal and point of all this is to just switch us over to digital currency. There's going to be state-ran grocery stores. The federal is just going to absorb all electricity generation. Yeah. Thanks, Moonsprout. I hope you check my book out. It'd really mean a lot. Severely underfunded. Yeah, no shit. Oh, man. Like, the amount of projects I have just keeps going up. And it's all important. It's all a priority. It's really hard. I remember when the state came and made my granddad get on their grid to take us. Yeah, they do that with electricity. They do that with what's it called? Water. And yet there's homeless that are just living ankle deep in their own feces. And that's okay. That's okay. But you can't build a tiny home on your own property as long as it has XYZ and 800 trillion permits. Everybody be surfing the pirated internet. It's a good book for newbies for sure. Have you started reading it, LM? Oh, duh, of course you have. My brain fried. What I was trying to say is, like, I'm encouraged by how many newbies there are. Also, I don't have a copy of it here, but I've been reading Roaming Prepper's book. Also, Roaming Prepper's book's good too. It takes a little bit different approach. I think I'm 2 chapters in. You're on your 3rd? Oh, that's insane. I'm so humbled. Roaming Prepper's book is almost like prepping, like prepping, and it's really interesting. I always assume it's bent and marked up. Heck yeah. Have you squished any bugs with it yet? It's got some like coffee mug stains. I had to skip a lot of that and just kind of pretend. Yeah, I have. I should. Gosh darn it. I don't. I'm trying to remember. I think I have his book. Oh gosh darn it, Amazon. I have his book noted in my book. But holy Dude, I am so mad at how Amazon promotes these. You try to search for anybody's prepping book, and these AI slop people I've never even heard of, people I don't know if anyone's ever heard of. And it's like, I am searching by a book that really exists. It's a real book, and it just sponsored AI slop. And like oh man, dude, it makes me so stinking mad. Hold on. This happened with somebody else's book the other day. Here you go. Here we go. Roaming Preppers book. It's like proto prepping. I like that idea. Thank you, Cucumber Farmer. I hope you do grab a copy. I definitely need the feedback because I'm trying to make tweaks to it to see if it's partially imposter syndrome. You know what? LM, the thing is like these people behind these AI books have metric shit ton of money. And those all that sponsored content, sponsor just means that those are like ads. Birio, yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Cucumber, and I was gonna like actually put that in my video, and it didn't make it. I was working on that video until like after midnight last night, and my brain was jello. But yeah, I'm only 2 chapters and I can't wait to read the rest of it. He referenced a lot of movies. Roaming Prepper referenced a lot of movies that don't often get referenced, and I thought that was really interesting. Well, it doesn't look like I've gotten hit by a copyright yet. I don't know if Amazon pushes AI authors on purpose, or if it's just that AI authors have got so much stinking money that they can just overwhelm the ad revenue thing. It's the same thing with It's the same thing with AI ads on YouTube. Like there is straight up multiple AI like pornography ads on YouTube. And I just legitimately think that that's some of the only ad revenue left. Because whoever it is just has so much money, they can just throw the ad revenue at everything. All right, I'm going to go put this down in my... Yeah, serious readers don't want AI. And that's part of why I keep all the typos in here. Well, at least, you know, so people don't think it's a damn AI. Oh, is it bad on Facebook too? Jeez. So by the way, a lot of people don't know this. Here's a secret. Nestle your buns in here. Most people don't get to this part. There is a... Oh yeah, LM. It's barf. I call it lowest common denominator. Okay, so nestle your buns in for those of you who haven't ever read to the end of this book, which most people haven't. These are the books that I most commonly talk about. This is the Dawn Shift series. These are really good books. Really, really good books. NC Scout, aka Brush Beater, wrote The Gorilla's Guide to Bowfangs. This is one of the top prepper books that you should get. Birio, this is what I was talking to you about before. You watch those other channels, and they've all got like AI knockoffs of this book, and I just get disgusted. Spike's Guides, Tactical Wisdom, Don Julio. I'm probably just screwed his name up. And then down here is kind of my YouTube recommendations. And so Survival Living, Vision Preparedness, Hudson Valley, Livingston Man. And Love and Life, Roaming Prepper. Rural 2IC. And OVP. I'm going to add more. Hopefully everybody was just paying attention and I just didn't, nobody caught that. A lot of people don't read down here. And I'm like, dude, just if you would actually like read the book, you would all see that you all get a shout out at the end of the book. I'll add Half-Ass and Myrmidon on here too. Half-Ass Ready, Myrmidon Press. Yes, you saw it because you are a rock star. I had to tell multiple people on here that they were on here because they hadn't actually read the whole thing. Side note, secret side note, that's also how I can tell who's read this thing or not. Because all the ones who read it went and told me, hey, thank you. Yep, you are right there. So, and I'll add Half-Ass Ready and Myrmidon Press in the next one. It takes me a while because I vet YouTubers for quite a while before I put them on here because there are so many feds and just like, CIA and just like really, really suspicious ass shit on here. On here meaning YouTube. It's really wild. Just an absolute just like piece of shit people. Like the prepper, there's just huge parts of the prepper community, the YouTube, the gun tubers, they're just like extremely problematic from many different standpoints. And so there was a couple I was thinking of putting in here, and then it's like just Rural says I stopped halfway through to look in the back for a reference guide to look something, and I was like, wow, heck yeah. It was a big deal to me to have everybody in the book because that way we'll never be forgotten. So if people keep putting these books in bunkers, that means we'll all never be forgotten. LM, yeah. LM, you're so spot on, and so many of those books that are out there are just useless. It's noise in a true shit hits the fan environment. You're not going to be able to read it all, and Birio and I watch a certain one, and of course one of his top 10 preps that you need to get was that stupid ass medical book. And I'm just like, barf. this is one of the top things you need to get. It's this medical book. I'm like, nobody's reading that. You're gonna die. If it's not something that you can just immediately stop the bleed and get them to the hospital, like they're probably gonna die. Like just don't. Like if you don't have something to stop infections with, like you're just gonna die. You know what giant medical book I'm talking about. And it pisses me off because as an author myself, that shit book occupies like 3 or 4 of the top 100. Fuck off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, everybody, it's the narc. It's super narc. It's super narc. So that medical book just pisses me off. If they're trying to put on torque one-handed while reading, a tourniquet. Okay, now how many twists am I supposed to do with this tourniquet? It's just it just makes me so mad. Medical and shit is the fan just makes me so mad. You need to learn stop the bleed. You need to learn triage. You need to learn empathy. You need to learn how to let people go. You need to learn how to let people go. You need to learn how to properly bury them. Which I probably don't go into enough here. I have a section about that, but do you do deliveries? Heck yeah. Mac and cheese. Oh, mac and cheese. Oh, look. Guess what? Look at this. Oh, look at this. Mac and cheese and hot dogs and corn. That's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite things. It's right here. Mac and cheese and hot dogs and corn. Don't play with fireworks, man. Don't ever play with fireworks. Every time I watch a fireworks YouTube video, it's like, oh, something's getting burned down or someone's. These cheap Chinese fireworks are just getting like worse every year. There'll be like no fuse. The fuse will fall down. The whole thing will just explode. Pass on the corn. I love corn and everything. I want to write a little bit more about cucumbers in here. Gnostic, how's it going? Gnostic, I was thinking about you earlier, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was about paladins. Holy crap. I was wondering when the rest of the OGs were going to start trickling back. How's it going, Mr. Yakaloop? Okay. I'm going to 3D printers. Maybe I don't have as much to talk about 3D printers as I thought I did. I like my newest favorite mac and cheese is cracker sharp cheddar or white sharp cheddar. Cracker Barrel is my favorite. Pickles are better than pickles. That's a good point. We've got my wife loves pickles. We've got two huge jars of pickles going, and we got another huge thing of cucumbers but we ran out of giant jars. Pickles are kind of a bitch because you have to have either really big jars or you got to chop them down. Yeah, I don't use milk. I use almond milk for my, if I'm making like a cheese sauce, I use almond milk. We have a bunch of oat milk too, but oat milk is like way more expensive. Wub, 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 wub. corn on the cob with supper tonight. Man, the rabbits ate all of our corn. We got absolutely screwed. Canning pickles seems like really jarring. Actually, I take that back. I have no idea. My wife did it. Very hard to milk an almond. I know. And almonds also soak up all the water and like kill everything and everybody around them. That sounds awesome, Tuck. Maybe I don't have... Plants don't produce milk. Milk only... Yes, blah, blah, blah. I know. I just don't want to call it nut juice. Y'all heard about that almond nut juice? But then you guys, peanuts aren't actually nuts. Almond water. The problem is like almond water sounds gross. That sounds like coconut water. There was a big hungry looking dog that ran down the road earlier. Milk substitutes are toxic. Do you think almond milk is toxic? Do you think oat milk is toxic? I try to keep everybody entertained as much as I can. I'm trying to debate actually, you know, I take it back. Like, these printer files could be pretty big. They're kind of... No. Hello? Did it... Son of a bitch. I wonder if the music is no good. I wonder if the music's gonna tank it out. Because I did a 2-hour stream yesterday and it was fine, but I'm 26 minutes into playing music and it did that kick everyone out. I concur with them about preserving chemicals used somehow. I concur. I think the one's mass produced in the grocery store. You can say every glass of it is... Oh, okay. I get the ones from Costco. You're right. There's probably all kinds of crazy preservatives in them, though. The best milk is 38 degrees out of the bulk tank from the Holstein cows. Yummy. 5x5. I'm allergic to a certain MSG thing. You know what's crazy? There's a lot of people. I've heard this from a lot of people that they were not allergic to MSG until they hit like 18-ish. That's funny, Tuck. And that's the same thing with me. I wasn't allergic to MSG until I hit about 18. Dude, that shit started making me so sick. MSG started making me so sick. Like, massive stomach cramps. And I used to eat that. I used to eat Top Ramen by like the case. Gnostic says, it's the production of the milk itself. My wife was super into almond and oat milk. Now she won't go near it when she saw how it was made. Is it made with a lot of chemicals? Yeah. My allergies changed about 18 to 25. Yeah, so did mine. I never used to be allergic to milk either, or dairy. I used to eat just giant things of nachos. Giant towers of nachos. I used to eat gallons of milk and chocolate milk and ice cream. I used to just eat. I worked at 2 different Dairy Queens. I used to just, man, and then all of a sudden, like one day, It was and I've probably always been allergic to olive oil. I'm not olive oil, quote unquote vegetable oil. Um, but I know that what quote unquote vegetable oil is. Oh, shut up, Berio. It's technically sort of kind of loosely related to sort of in the same family as ice cream, kind of. See, yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go, Gnostic. Thank you. You finished. You finished my thought for me. Um, at some point they changed. At some point they changed all the oils, and my dumb brain took like a really long time to figure out that what was making me sick, and like quote unquote vegetable oil was just making me like horrifically sick. And then the second I rooted all of that out, I got like, I didn't get all the way like super duper healthy again, but like no, quote unquote vegetable oil was a massive leap in the right direction. And also, like, I have a thing in here about like real olive oil versus fake olive oil. Fake olive oil will make you sicker than shit too. Yak says I have to take meds just so my guts don't hurt. It's bad to eat anything. Yeah. Um there's like a little flutter valve, and if that thing doesn't work in your stomach, you can get really sick. There's also all kinds of, different kinds of IBS type stuff. Butter or tallow. Yeah. We started cooking with, crap, what's that stuff called? That gross, stinky yellow stuff. I'm forgetting the name of it, but it was on the tip of my tongue too. Oh well, whatever that gross, nasty smelling shit is. Yeah, ghee butter. Oh no, Crisco. Crisco will make me horrifically sick. That's all that fake vegetable oil stuff. Yeah, I started using ghee butter. That stuff's like super. Oh, I just hate the smell of ghee butter. Margarine. Well, yeah, margarine and Crisco and all that is just bad. Strain store my bacon grease. Yeah, that's a good idea. That makes my, oh man, just seeing the word margarine, just seeing the word Crisco. But when I was a kid, Crisco was not what Crisco is now. I don't necessarily know how margarine started, and I can't really remember if margarine made me sick, but margarine and all that's just that like fake disgusting vegetable oil, fake seed oil shit now. Soybean oil, and then it's got a bunch of other words. They call it soybean oil, but it's actually something else. Shit makes me so sick. I'd rather get pepper sprayed. Well, yeah, very true, Mr. Yackerson. But what I don't know is, I don't know if like margarine has actually just always been. The problem is you can't. I guess I'd have to look at it. If you can like, it had, yeah, that's what I had a feeling. Cucumber. Yeah, LM, when my mom used to bake us cookies, she'd always use Crisco. But it was different. It was different back then. It's not the same stuff. Oh, oh, Pam's. Oh, barf. Oh, Pam is just also one of just the the worst smelling things on the planet. Gnostic says the same energy from my childhood. There, ladies back hard and playing, constantly having nostalgia. Yeah, yeah, me too. I think it's because we're all finding our people, finding our people again. It's weird though, you know, the next generation. I know they really feel left out, but you don't know what you don't know, and some of the kiddos are figuring things out. I think we're right in the middle of a massive paradigm shift, which is why I think there's so many damn newbies running around eager for that information. Yeah. Pam on the windowsills outside a secret security. Oh, interesting. I never heard of that LM. Um, anyway, good luck with the 3D printer. It likes to stay warm. Keep it on a battery or something so the longer prints don't out of whatever your main grid powers on. Shit, the fan. Yeah, Yak, you're right. There is a big shift. It could shift in a good direction. I think the deck is stacked. Teresa, I'm the only one that calls him Cucumber Farmer because it takes too long to say CUCV Farmer. That's too much. I can't deal with that. Nobody's got time for that. It's Cucumber Farmer. It takes way less time to say. We're at the start of a new millennial age. Interesting. I've never heard it called that before, but yeah, I get it. We build cathedrals. Yeah, I can't play that song because they'll fucking come get me. For the first time, people are talking again. I mean, they were until Charlie Kirk got yeeted off the planet the other day. I think what's going to happen is people are going to be talking, but like the narrative is going to keep shifting. Like it's going to be really hard to keep the narrative on track. I think people are going to keep. Yeah, and the band here, and the band will play. Man, I've been hearing a lot of Titanic references lately. That's never good. I think. Damn, I want to play music without getting any. Oh yeah, I think what you're going to see is the narrative shift. I think the narrative is going to keep. It did, but I think a certain group of people that start with the letter J and live in a place with the letter I on the other side of the planet are going to keep the narrative on them over and over and over and over and over because they have to be the center of the universe. The soothing light at the end of my tunnel is just to do the night at the end of your tunnel. Oh, see, now you got me singing The Youth of the Nation. I know, I like POD. I'm worried to play music now, see if it'll crash out. The thing is, like, I'm not dropping frames or anything. I'm guessing it had to just be the music. I'll play a different. Oh, I want to play a song for you guys. You'll like this one. Eventually no one will care about the demons. I know. There's one of these days God is just gonna fucking smite all of them and then we won't have to deal with it anymore. Yeah, Teresa, that's not good though. That's not good because it's just gonna be just getting Israel bullshit crammed down our fucking throats 24/7. And I don't think it's funny or cute or amusing when everyone's like, oh, it's the Jews, oh, it's the Jews, oh, and on and on and on and on and on. But then, like, at the same time, then you have to hear all the Jewish bullshit all day long too, and it's just like, fuck, just can all of you shut up? Can we, is there a button that we like don't have to hear all the Israeli shit all the fucking time? The pro and the anti, it's like, can Israel just shut up, and can everyone else just shut up about Israel? That would be freaking great. I need to keep giving people copies of the Talmud. Okay. Yeah, Tuck, we've listened to every Metallica album about 10 trillion times, except not so much about the newer 3 albums. Kids odd after Kirk said he disappeared. They took Kids odd after Kirk said if he disappeared that it was I that took him out. Oh, okay, good. I had to say that out loud. Yak, your internet's been bad, I'm sorry. I'm a daughter, David, okay. Interesting. Teresa is just typoing everything on the planet. Teresa, I think you need to take a drink of water until you stop mashing on the keyboard. Whoops. Here we go. Oh, you're you're one-handed typing. What did I tell you about that? Oh. Where did I... Oh, I never started a... Did I never start a folder for this? Okay. Weird. Oh, here it is. Why don't you just leave me alone?
Would sure to allow us to colonize and finally be left alone. Cause I know where you belong, alright. In a mental institution. Why are people so stupid? Why are people so dumb? They only hear what they wanna hear. Their brains get increasingly numb. I'm surrounded by griftars everywhere I go. They say the things people wanna hear. And nothing changes every year.
Yo, Soviets, I like that.
They collect more money from increasingly crazy rhetoric. They keep spewing the same bullshit and it makes me sick. The incentive for them to lie only goes up. And the only thing I know about them is that they're insanely corrupt. I'm surrounded by griftars everywhere I go.
Okay, well that's good for now. Cucumber.
Finances literally
Alright.
by fear.
Where's my cucumber stuff?
Where do we go from here? How do we turn
I know.
No matter which social media I am surrounded by a big group of griftars getting rich off psyops. I can't even tell if they are NPCs or just bots.
California. Exactly. I thought for sure I had bomb. Maybe it was zucchini. How the hell do you spell zucchini? Alright, here we go.
Clicking on their stupid links, block the stupid posts they try to say. Follow people who are actually making sense. Get out of the echo chamber today. Whenever they financially gain from saying
Increasingly stupid shit. I'm surrounded by griftars everywhere I go. Ain't the things you wanna know. Bum. I thought for sure I wrote a whole thing in here. I am freaking positive. I put a thing in here about trying to figure out the difference between my neck. The left was for the KGB types like Putin before they were against them. Oh yeah. They well, I mean, even before that, you know, they wanted to get rid of the Tsar. They didn't like the monarchy. Look at the horrible shit they did to the monarchy. Just awful. And then what do? Fucking starve everybody to death. Geniuses. No kings. That no kings shit is just the Bolshevik, getting rid of the Tsar all over again. It's the same. They just changed the word. There's that fucking dog again. That is a pit bull. That is a damn What the fuck is it doing? Why? Why? Someone tell me why there is a pit bull just running around. Now he's just following a truck around. This has been going on. This has been going on all day. So now the truck turned around, and the pit bull won't get in the truck with him or something, and so he's like driving down the road with the pit bull following him behind his truck. And the cows are mad, and the cows are kicking up dirt at the pit bull. This is what, like, some of you guys have been following along, but, like, we have a problem. We have a problem with pit bulls here. Aside from the fact that people drop pets off on the edge of the road, which they absolutely do. Welcome back. That pit bull has been running around up and down the road all day. So it either got out or, it's abandoned because people can't take care of their damn pit bulls. Of course, people get mad at me when I say what I would do to all the pit bulls. I don't think there should be pit bulls. I would exterminate them all. I think they have been bred almost exclusively to be an evil, psychotic animal. But I also don't think they should be abandoned on the side of the road on a hot day, where their little feet are going to get hot. But there was no fucking way I was going to go anywhere near that thing. Because despite them running around and being, hot, obviously he's hot. He's super thirsty. That doesn't, suddenly make their brain start working any better. Does that make sense? And if I invite that thing onto my property, it's going to become my problem. And that's not good for my neighbors. Damn dog. Dude, I can't stand pit bulls. I mean, the thing is, like, as far as I know, like, maybe it just jumped out the back of somebody, it saw something and jumped out the back of somebody's truck and somebody didn't figure it out. But there's also just, like, tons of shitbags that live on the end of this road. And they've got dogs that are not domesticated. Cucumbers got a good conversation going on somewhere. Somebody messaged me that earlier. They messaged me, they're like, I'm really busy, I don't have time to text right now. I'm like, motherfucker, you're the one that texted me. He's like, sorry, that was for somebody else. Tuck says, my last place was in a neighborhood that was dumping ground for everything from cars, boats, furniture, pets, took care of a colony of feral cats. People drop cats off here too, but they're always just so far berserk that I can't get them. I can't take care of pits. I can't do it. It's never a 0% chance that they're gonna just turn on you and kill everything. I know people go, well, they ended up being a real sweetie. Cool. I'm not willing to take that risk. That risk is insane. If you're willing to take that risk, then great. I'm not. I've seen it too many times. I worked at a grocery store once, and somebody just chained a pit up to the side of the grocery store and just left it there. Just left this pit bull there. What the fuck are you doing? And someone tried to take it home and take care of it that worked there, and all it did was just attack their dog. And then it's like, now what do you do? If you have a pit bull that's attacking other dogs and it's unglued, I'm sick of people not thinking with the right part of their brain. You got to have compassion, this and that. It's like, Is he coming back? Yep, there he goes. Oh, hey, thanks, Yak. I'll check him out. Man. They live, if that's who I think that is, they live like a mile up. Like, I wonder if it's his dog or one of his, I'll call them in air quotes roommates, but dude, it's like just a giant meth. It's just like a giant meth compound. It's infuriating to me. Some people are thinking with the part of their brain with FAS. I don't know what FAS stands for, but it sounds interesting. The funny thing is, so they've got these, junkyard dogs, these completely unglued dogs. Why? You live at the end of a fucking dead end road. Oh, yeah. I get you, Tuck. You're living at the end of a dead end road. Nobody's out here. You guys are the problem. And yet you guys are the ones with the dogs. Why? So nobody gets into your garbage? You live on a couple acres of garbage. Why do you have junkyard dogs? Oh, because your house, your acres are a fucking junkyard. So I guess you have to have junkyard. How the fuck does this just retard 0 IQ ass bullshit? Why do they accumulate pit bulls? And why does society tolerate this bullshit? This misplaced compassion. It's not compassion, they're meth heads. Fuck that. Oh, it's so frustrating. There is no place for that shit in modern society. I should be able to live out in the middle of fucking nowhere without junkyard dogs running around. I'm slightly more tolerant of German Shepherds, but I'm going to be honest, like, there's never a fucking 0% chance that the German Shepherd's going to go ape shit. Kind of the only and they can jump hella high. Kind of the only thing is like, well, at least they aren't really fucking heavy. So they kind of can't just completely rip your arm off. You can kind of, at least with a German Shepherd, unless it's a monstrous one, you could kind of grab it by the back of its neck. You can grab it by the scruff of its neck and kind of carry it somewhere to try to get it off of you. You can't do that with a pit bull. Just infuriating. I'm not kidding here. Our old neighborhood was terrorized by a pack of junkyard dogs. If you can afford it, buy build dog. I never thought of setting traps for a junkyard dog before. Up until today, I haven't seen any running around for a while. The problem is I don't want to deal with the neighbor's bullshit, because sooner or later their fucking trash asses are going to come around looking for it. And I almost had to dispatch one of them right in front of them before, because it was a hair away from coming at me. Dogs are harder to catch than cats. That's interesting. I never thought of that before. Yeah. Yep. I don't want to say too much more. Suffice it to say, I agree. Junkyard dogs probably kill a lot of people every year. And people's little, oh, I want to help the dogs. Oh, the dogs are hungry. Oh, the dogs are this. Oh, the dogs are that. And they think of, Hurricane Katrina. And they think of, the dog that's on the chain that's starving. And sometimes those dogs can be saved and sometimes they can't. And sometimes in trying to save that dog, you get attacked by another dog. Or another pack of dogs because you didn't see that the pack of dogs wasn't there. Then think of fox. Yeah, no, you're right. Just like I'm kind of, and yeah, sometimes you can save the dogs and they end up being great. Sometimes you try to save that dog and you get killed by another dog. Sometimes you try to save the dog and you get killed by the owner of the dog. Sometimes somebody else comes and kills the owner of the dog and then they become the new owner of the dog. It's just this weird, we live in this weird universe where there's no object permanence. The only reason the pack of dogs have dealt with a guy who has been sued, the city dogs were gone. Oh yeah. Nobody, ooh. That's the thing, is you can be threatened within an inch of your life by a dog and nothing will happen. The second it bites somebody, that dog disappears. Whether it was the dog's fault or not. And not that kids should stick their hand through their fence, because kids shouldn't do that, because dogs are wily little coyotes. But there's also other times where the dog just busts through the fence, hops over the fence. I think the dog and the owner should be very liable. City leash laws are just insane. They're usually non-existent. But I also know people intentionally leave poison around for dogs, which I think is also barbaric. Well, some of you know this if you were following along a while ago, but I actually got bit by a dog recently. It was one of those Australian Shepherd dogs. Or Australian cattle dog, or whatever it is. Got bit by one of those little bastards. He got my ankle because I guess he decided I needed to be herded or something. And, I didn't, cry for the dog to be put down. But it's a wake-up call. It's the whole turtle carrying the scorpion story. You know what I mean? Hey, why did you sting me? Because I'm a fucking scorpion. It's like a dog. Why did you bite me? I'm a fucking dog. And I should have known it was going to bite my ankle because I knew what kind of dog it was. I should have known it was going to bite my ankle. And again, I, like an idiot, I trusted that I had done the proper dog acknowledgments and the proper dog handshakes. Do I think that dog should be put down? No. But like, that owner needed to just get fucking backhanded. And yeah. So I don't, the dog got my ankle. I don't think that's a puttable downable offense. But I almost think like the owner needs like, the merit, like the little like knife card that you get in Boy Scouts. Maybe it'd be like a thing with phones. It's like if your dog nips, like 4 people, the dog, I don't know, go back to dog school. And then if the dog does a serious bite, the dog just has to go away. I don't think you can very easily train if there's something fundamental in the dog's DNA where it feels like it needs to bite people, especially when it bites people's faces. A dog will get right up into your face and then forget why it got up into your face, then decide to bite your face because your face is too close to its face. That kind of shit, even when it's a tiny dog, that shit pisses me off. Fucking dogs, man. Do you know how many dogs, like, bite kids in the face? Like, the dog gets in the kid's face and then bites the kid. It's like, fucking dog, you got in my face. Or like, you get too close to the dog when the dog's eating its food and then you get fucking bit. So what my dad used to do is he would like take the dog's food dish like away over and 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 over until finally the dog would, like, if you can get ahead of that shit. But like these owners, man, they don't fucking care. Until, like you said, until the dog bites somebody. But if I call the sheriff's department and be like, hey, there's an aggressive dog, they're going to be like, uh-huh. Why are you calling me? Oh, yeah, you're the best. I appreciate you. Texas high-speed mammalian predators and toddlers. I was just telling my friend that today. I'm like, dude, you think you're living in like a suburban area with like tons of houses and shit? You think you're living in like the pinnacle of society? If you think there aren't wild dogs, I used to live right next to where he used to live, and we would have groups of dogs running around. I go, if you have a kid in the front yard playing, or like even a wife, honestly, like you better have a can of pepper spray like right there. I wouldn't, if I was like a mom with a kid in the front yard, I wouldn't be more than like a foot away from them, and I would have the can of pepper spray like right there, and I'd have my hand on head on a swivel just for the fucking dogs. Even if you're in like a very highly densely populated suburban area, because there's still just massive dog problems. And they get the chase instinct, and there'd be girls on bicycles, like, young, 10-year-old girls on bicycles. Like, a dog is going to see that and do the chase instinct. Not you have coyotes. We have coyotes too. I heard them last night. And that's the thing, is the first time I saw that, because I didn't get a look at his head and his jaw, because I was looking at his body. I'm like, I guess that could be a coyote, because the coyotes around here run around all day and all night. We have 24-hour coyote service. Okay. So I'm like, maybe that's just a huge coyote but I didn't see if he had a pointy head. All I saw was just his massive jaws. And then it looked right at me that time, and I'm like, no, that's absolutely not a fucking pit bull. And the thing is there's gals that go on jogs up and down this road. They all have to carry a can of pepper spray for the fucking dogs. And yeah, like I said, the time before last that we went for a walk, I carry like, no shit, I carry like 3 cans of pepper spray with me now when I go for a walk. I'd carry pepper gel, but the damn cans are this awful size. To me. Stupid. So anyway, I already carry too much shit. No, dude, here's the thing. I get it. I hate carrying pepper spray. I hate using pepper spray, and I hate getting pepper sprayed. But pepper spray is a nice intermediate. Yes, carry lead. Ha ha ha. LOL. I carry lead. I carry lead. Ha ha ha. Here's the thing. That's nice. You need an intermediate. Pepper spray is good for crowd control as long as wind is going the right way. You also might be somewhere where you don't want people to hear a bunch of bullets because it might actually just draw more people. You might be there's just a ton of reasons. It's the same reason why you carry a pocket knife. You carry a pocket knife, don't you? Like, because you can't use a gun for everything. If someone's on the hood of your car, you might be better off pepper spraying them. Right? You might save yourself a couple bullets that you might need the next street down. Like peppers, or you might pepper spray yourself, then you're fucked. But maybe you can get to your pepper spray easier. There's just, pepper spray gives you more options. You can only use a gun sort of kind of really like kind of one way. Pepper spray is really versatile. Okay. You can carry a flashlight, folding knife, fixed blade, 9mm, 2 mags. Just keep this in mind, okay? Tuck and Yak. Keep this in mind. This is how my brain works. Let's say I'm walking with my wife, okay? Or I'm walking with my friend and we're going somewhere. And I see a dog doing that zigzag bullshit. I have more than enough time, because the dog doesn't fucking care. The dog is not a bunch of gangbangers. The dog doesn't care if I sit there and take a second to get my pepper spray out, shake it up, make sure it works, inspect it. The dog is still like a half a block away. We can angle away from the dog. I can try to assess the dog's demeanor. I have, a couple seconds to try to figure it out. I have the pepper spray in my hand. I can try to figure out which way the wind's going. I don't want to have to shoot the dog. I don't. Especially if I'm in a neighborhood, everyone's going to hear the gunshots. There's going to be 10 million fucking cops. I'm going to be on 20 different Ring doorbells. Okay? It's just like, would that stop? Would I hesitate? No, I wouldn't hesitate to put it down, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. Dogs understand spraying stuff. Spraying, I mean, they're idiots. They'll still stick their nose right up a skunk's asshole. But they still understand getting sprayed. They understand it. Just like cats understand like a little squirt bottle. You know, I don't shoot my cat. I just get out the little squirt bottle. I don't even have to squirt the cat. I get out the squirt bottle. The cat's like, oh shit, the squirt bottle. You know? You don't even have to like full send the spray. You know, if the wind is going out you getting the can out might be enough to be like, oh fuck. You know. And if you have pepper gel, then it's not even a big deal. The pepper gel, it can be pretty windy and you can still get it with the pepper gel. And pepper gel's got a lot better range. Now, I don't know, in your state, legal, blah, blah, blah. But I wouldn't use bear spray because bear spray is like just a giant fog. But Saber Red, Saber Gel, good shit. Then you don't have to fuck around. You don't have to get your pistol out. You know. And then everyone's like, oh, I heard a gun. Oh, I heard a gun. Why do you have a gun? And then you hear all this fucking bullshit. Did you have to do that? Did you have to? I'm calling the cops. Did you have to do that? And the thing is like this whole scenario was going on in my head with this stupid gal screaming at her stupid dog, getting her stupid pit bull wound up as her pit bull's losing its fucking mind. And all I could think about was hearing that, did you have to do that? Fuck off. This is a road. This is America, and this is a road. Did you have to do that? Fuck yourself. Yeah. So Tuck, if you've never seen it before, did you have to do that? Did you have to do that? Saber Red Gel. Saber Gel is, let's see. Did you have to do that? If you want one, they have ones with little holsters. Did you have to do that? Fuck yourself, stupid bitch. Here you go. Saber Red Gel. So you don't have to worry about being at a focused stream or nuking yourself or anything, because it's like silly string. Did you have to do that? Did you have to shoot my dog? This stuff doesn't blow back, and it probably has twice the range of a spray. You get a shocking amount of range. If you need me to send use some videos, there's this guy called Hard to Hurt. Dude, yeah, yes, exactly, Tuck. That's the thing. Also, if someone grabs the pepper spray out of your pouch and tries to spray with it, there's probably a 50-50 chance they don't know how to do it. I was getting chased by a mob once and completely forgot how to use my pepper spray. That happens quite a bit. Also, if the can goes off, it's not gonna blow spray everywhere, which is nice. Did you have to shoot my dog? Shut the fuck up. That shit gets me so worked up. Oh, I've been chased by a mob many, many, many times. Where did you guys say spray is the best, knife next, lead last? Knives are so interesting in terms of some kind of like a defensive scenario. The problem is like the person, unless you're crazy, or you have like a big karambit or something, the likelihood of your pocket knife stopping an attacker is almost zero anytime soon. What the knife can do is it explains to the person your intent. It's from this book called Snow Crash. And he basically says, someone pulls out a gun, you don't know if they know how to use it or not. Is there a round in the chamber? Is it gonna jam? Is it a toy gun? He's like, but you pull out a katana, and everybody knows. And I think open carry is dog shit. I think there's so many risks. I think you should have like a really special holster, but I know why people want it. It's a deterrent. If every single person's open carrying, it is a massive deterrent. But if your only person carrying is also the person open carrying, then that person's probably going to get yeeted if they don't have a special holster. And the problem is a lot of people open carry and they don't have special holsters and their guns get taken. It happens all the fucking time. And they'll be open carry and they won't have a round in the chamber and they don't have a good holster and they don't, they open carry in like the shittiest neighborhood and they don't have the right mindset and they're not paying attention to the person that's walking into the 7-Eleven and they get yeeted. Ha! Dude, I have a Cold Steel Tonto also. I kind of don't like... I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Cold Steel. But that Cold Steel Tonto is like one of my favorites. I carried that in the car for like several years. I think that's probably one of their better blades. I swear I wrote a thing in here about cucumbers. And zucchini. I swear I did. Why won't you just leave me alone? I don't do a very good job at holding people's attention, do I? I mean, it's everybody kind of comes in and then they go. But I super appreciate you guys. Tuck says, I have a holster suitable for OC if I choose. My friend gave me a Safariland outside the waistband. I don't have... Safariland makes really nice outside the waistband holders. They're nice and curvy and angular and stuff. I've never actually carried one. I was using my very first holster ever was a Galco, but it was built like a brick. Nice Jackalope. But those, shit, I forgot the name of them. I was just looking at my old videos yesterday. The holster that I used to wear, they're a nice enough company, but the Kydex was just a little too thin. There's a sweet spot in the thickness of Kydex where it's too big and you get a big Galco tank. And it's too thin and it'll crack and break. And I feel like Safariland is a little bit on the thinner side, and I feel like Alienware is a little bit on the thicker side. I don't know. Although I'm all of a sudden spacing out on my brand of holster. Most popular holster brands for pistols. No. Crossbreed. Crossbreed is like the right, in my opinion, like the right strength. DeSantis is what I had for a long time. I thought DeSantis's holsters were a little too thin. They kept cracking on me. You got to deadlift your Smith & Wesson out of it? Hell yeah, that's funny. I'm probably going to take a break, but I appreciate you all. And I will be back a little bit later. Take kind of like a voice break. I don't want to do these over 2 hours anyway. If I do these over 2 hours, they take fucking 12 hours to render. So I appreciate you all. And Tuck Yak, appreciate you. I will check back in later tonight and we'll talk. Oh, dude, if you get your own Kydex press, you got to hit me up. I actually need a couple holsters for knives. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to keep these under 2 hours just for rendering purposes. So I'll check back in later tonight. I appreciate y'all. Happy Friday. And we'll work on my book some more.